Yo, you're listening to On Deck, presented by Amazing Med Zone. I'm Phil from Shirley with my boy Drew Minotti. Drew,
What up?
gonna
What up?
talk, gonna talk a little Knicks right now. Drew, I know a lot of people are down right now. A lot of Knicks are hurt, but how you feeling about the Knicks right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, three of our starters going down tonight. We have, two more going down with Brunson in his neck. Um, yeah, and it's tough. I just, hope we all come back and are healthy at the right time. I know there's like a lot of talk about Randall maybe having season-ending surgery. Like, what the hell, man? And like without him, do you think we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I have no chance. I think there's no way without him. And I read an article too where it was like, even if he doesn't get season ending surgery, can he just come back and be himself? Can this
Right.
injury not slow him down where he's going to be a shell of himself out there and it's actually going to hurt us, with
Yeah.
him being out there. So I mean, and OG being down right now too, we haven't seen him in a while. I know Brunson has been battling like little nicks and pains, and he's been the only guy. He's been carrying us. That game
Yeah.
last Detroit was insane. Like just holding on to that game the whole time. I'm like, geez, like how are we not blowing them out? But then you look at it and you're like, we really don't have anybody right now. We're
Yeah.
battling.
Yeah. Hartenstein's banged up. I mean, Brunson, like that's why, like as much as I wanted him to be an All Star this year, like it would have been nice for him to just get that rest and not have to travel. And I don't know, like good to have that accolade and be a first time All Star, but at the same time, like I wanted him to just chill. He's in a 3-point contest, like come on, man,
Yeah. If
like
everybody does come back healthy though, and say Randall is like 95%, if he can get back to almost what he was, I think when you look around, the Celtics really scare me in the East. But other than that, when I see teams like the Bucks and Cleveland, like we can compete with these teams. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
they can beat us, but the Pacers are good. The Heat are going to be up there. Like these are teams that we can compete with, bro.
right,
Especially,
yeah. I mean,
especially if
that's
we're healthy.
Yeah, like you said, full strength. Like the only team
Mhm.
that worries me is the Celtics, and I still think we give them the business. I mean, the other night we played them like we did all right with what we had. I know
Yep.
they just signing Drew Holiday was like one of those underrated fucking signings. Like I feel like the Bucks are not what they are this year because they
Yeah.
lost Drew Holiday.
I mean, they went out and they made a move for Pat Bev, which was huge for them. I think he's going to be big, big, and
Right.
a big, for them. But honestly, when I look at the Knicks, dude, I think the fact that we didn't go out and get a backup point guard, somebody that could really come in and give Brunson a little bit of a rest, especially like over these next couple of weeks where it seems like we're kind of running him out there and that's kind of the thing that Tibbs does sometimes. You got to be scared, like he might just run
Yeah.
a guy around. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that scares me with Brunson. I'm happy that he's actually getting the night off on a back to back.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson coming back too. Like we really need Mitchell Robinson to come back and at least be a solid player. You
Yeah.
know, that even if he's coming off the bench giving us 20 minutes, like he's got to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, in his absence, Hartenstein definitely stepped up more than I expected him to. I
Oh,
I didn't think
big.
putting in that many minutes he was going to be this good. I thought he was always going to be like that backup center. I liked him like when we signed him from the Clippers, but I just never thought he was going to shine like the way he is. I feel like you got to admit, like I guess he's got to like be a little bit of a better offensive weapon than Mitch for the
Oh,
most part.
100%.
But having
100%.
those two healthy is sick, man. Like
Oh,
I don't know, like Mitch is that old school center, who just
Mitch
eats up rebounds.
be like a beast, grabbing boards. Hartenstein's actually probably better, like you said, offensively, especially passing the ball too. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Hitting his free throws a lot better. But you seen it even when Mitch was healthy. There'd be sometimes at the end of the game where in the end of the game closeout minutes, like Hartenstein's still on the court. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he's
Yeah.
playing very well before Mitch went down. But he's been on another level, bro, since Mitch went down. He's been the
Yeah.
man. He's been killing it. Um, yeah, but it scares me though too, dude. Randall really does scare me. Like the shit I've
Yeah.
been hearing about him lately, like possible season-ending surgery. He might not be himself. Like that's shit you don't want to hear.
Yeah. This is it, man. Like I was always a Randall believer. Like even the last couple of years when everyone wanted to trade him, I said, this is what everybody wanted. Like everybody wanted to see what our team would look like without Randall. But I
Yeah,
think with Randall, 100%, our team is solid, man. Like he
compete
just
for a
gives
champion,
us.
100%,
Yeah, yeah. Like you said,
100.
I think if we had everyone at full strength, our our biggest weakness would be our backup point guard. You know, like I mean, it would have been nice to just get somebody. You know,
Yep.
even if it was Brogdon, like that would have been nice just to have somebody. You know, like
Exactly.
or
No, I
I mean,
agree.
I know they wanted DeJounte Murray. It would have cost us a lot, but
Mm.
at the same time, like having a guy like that, like it's just insane.
No, definitely. I like that we didn't like overspend for certain people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have the ability to make a move, so things are looking good. That they're probably one of the most promising like teams, especially that I like. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think, like you said, I mean, I know we have a couple of different football teams that we like, but at the same time, like out of our New York, you know, out of the Mets, the Knicks, like I feel like the Knicks definitely have a more like a positive trajectory with the, you know, Brunson. That signing is crazy. I feel like I can't
Oh,
believe like it just came out like this week or last week that Mavericks like kind of punted on him. Like they offered him like a cheap deal and he was willing to take it, and then they rescinded it and. I don't know how, man. When Luca was down and he came in, especially in that playoff series, like he looked great.
no, he did.
So
And
whatever, man.
what he's done over this past year, he's if anybody says that he's not a superstar, they're not watching him play. Like
Oh my
this
God.
guy is a legit superstar right now.
Yeah. I'd put him in top 10 in the league and probably, you know, top three guard,
If I
top
had to give
four.
a prediction right now on this season, honestly, before everybody went down, I was looking at it like, yo, Eastern Conference Finals, like we're going to be playing versus the Celtics, and I still think we lose to the Celtics, but it's going to be second round now because we haven't been healthy this whole time, so we're probably going to get that 4 seed.
Yep.
I was looking at it like, yo, we could probably get a 2 seed.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And looking at everybody else, I'm like, yeah, we're better than the Bucks right now. We're better than the Sixers.
It's
And
Cleveland. Cleveland's
Cleveland,
that team.
solid.
Evan Mobley coming back was huge for
Yep,
them. He's a stud. That was
100%.
like I mean, they like are playing their asses off right now. I think they're smoking Dallas right now. Well, they
Yeah,
were at least.
that's how it's over now. That's our guy too. I mean, I would love Mitchell was the guy I would always wanted on the Knicks. Met fan. His dad works for the Mets. Like
Oh
he was
yeah.
the guy that I'd love to watch play at the Garden every night.
He wanted to. He wanted to. He thought I heard that he like someone like was like he did an interview that like someone told him he was like basically New York bound, and
Yep.
then it fell through. And now look at that. Look at the trade we would have had for him. You know, like I
Oh,
hate the what if game. You know,
dude, we
because
could
like
have drafted him. We could have
yeah,
drafted him. Like,
yeah, yeah.
hey, thanks for listening to the On Deck podcast presented by Amazing Man. More to come. We're gonna have interviews. We got a lot of stuff on the horizon.
Let's go. Let's go, New York.